round 5 action, or round 4 action here, rather, at the 2024 Australian Sides Championships. Very much looking forward to this clash between the women of South Australia and Northern Territory. It's Rachel Krebbekx, Sharon, Cavanagh, Renata, Callisto and Kate Argent-Bowden for South Australia up against Shirley, Campbell, Lynne, Hayhow, Lynne and Colleen, all of the NT. The Central Australian battle, we'll call this one. Val Febo, my name, and joining me once again this week is the one, the only, the man of the people, Paul Holschke. Paul, welcome.
Well, good afternoon, Val. Thank you for the warm welcome, and welcome listeners and viewers from all around Australia and the world.
You sound a bit raspy today, Paul. Have we worked you into the ground?
A little bit of a croaky throat, but anyway, nothing that we can't handle. And
as long as you don't get me sick, that's I can't really afford to be sick again. So
got some anticols here, they help.
Yeah,
and
they do.
Anyway, it's a blistery day here. The wind is up for sure, coming off the ocean. It's 25 degrees, but it's
coming
windy.
from the. I think it's coming from the north. Looking at the cameras,
northeast.
Northwests, apparently. So, Kate Argent-Bowden, one of the young up-and-coming stars of this sport, as her hat has just been completely taken off then.
It's going to be challenging conditions, Val, and...
what on earth happened there? Might need to get Colleen to just stand out of the centre line.
We expect that it'll certainly challenge the bowlers today, Val, this wind, and we should be in for a good game.
We've got the live scoring link up there for you as well. So one thing that actually could help you out there, if you did want to get that link without having to try and type it all in, I will pop it on the comments, but you can also take a screenshot. If you have an iPhone, you can actually copy-paste writing on the iPhone photos if you hold it down. So might have to get Colleen if she wants to put her foot down to not do it over the centre line. She does move at least, so no, we'll have to let her know.
It's an unusual way to stand, because normally you would stand the other way.
Yep. We'll let Colleen know.
With your great bowl there by Shirley.
Shirley played the other day in the match that we called as well. She played in the Senior Sides Championships that we called against Tasmania, Paul. So we know Shirley very well this week. Sharon Cavanagh, we also know quite well. Sharon was the semi-finalist in the women's singles at the Australian Open earlier this year, going down to Lara Butler in that semi. So we know her well.
That was a great effort, wasn't it, by Sharon to make it through that. She had a marathon AO.
She did.
She did well in all disciplines, I think, if I remember rightly. Especially the fours. Then the over 60 pairs.
Very handy bowler. And Rachel Krebbekx, the lead here for South Australia, was supposed to be playing, or wasn't supposed to be in the team. Grace Maloney was in this side, but has been replaced due to injury, so can't bowl.
Well, Sharon on the mat.
Got Lucas Protopap as he's watching on. Lucas, do some work.
It's Friday, Val.
He can still do some work. He's on his emails. I've seen him.
Yeah, it was Sharon who, just before, about a good half an hour ago, came up to me and said, here's some black currant Pascal lollies. The ones
the lifesavers.
Yeah, well, yeah. Anyway, she said, I've got a present for you. And
so it was Sharon Cavanagh, was it?
Sharon bought them, yeah.
I thought you said it was someone else.
Yeah, but she was the deliverer.
Okay. Fair enough.
But our friend Di from South Australia.
This is going to be a very tricky contest today. 21 ends, of course, that's what we're playing to. We'll go through the ladders at the moment and see. Well, it's not pretty viewing if you are either South Australia or the Northern Territory. It really isn't, because Victoria sit on top. New South Wales, they're undefeated. New South Wales, Queensland, Western Australia and Tasmania at 2nd to 5th, 2 wins, 1 loss. ACT in 6th, 1 and 2. South Australia in 7th, 0-3. The NT also down the bottom there on 0-3. South Australia have got 2 rink points. They've won 2 rinks of the 9 that they've played. They'll be hoping to get some further wins this afternoon. They'll be the favourites to get this victory, that's for sure. The men's championship, that wind is blowing an absolute gale. You can probably feel it through the effects mic here. New South Wales 3-0 in the men's competition. Victoria, Queensland and South Australia make up the top 4 on 2 and 1. Tasmania, WA and the ACT all on 1 and 2. NT on 0-3. So the Northern Territory, it's been a trying sides championships for them so far. All losses and all defeats, only 2 rink wins across their 9 matches in the men's, and then across their 18 in the women's as well. So just 2 rink wins for the NT. Colleen watching this one come through. Former Victorian. Loves her bowls and is very, very passionate. Speaks so highly of the sport and is a wonderful custodian of the game in the NT.
Good try there by Karen. It was heading in a great direction. It's hard to tell, but I think I favour the South Australian bowl, but it is hard to tell from this angle.
So Renata, Callisto and Karen Lane have sent down their bowls. It's now up to Colleen and Kate. So it's a fairly short end here. That jack is sort of right up. Might have to let some of these ladies know not to stand in the way of the centre line. South Australia have been pretty good. The NT might not be as used to being strength. Colleen Orr.
Great bowl by Colleen.
Good start.
That's definitely the shot.
She's realised. Well done. Kate just taking her time. You've seen her really come through the ranks over the last few years when she went back-to-back in the Australian Open. Using those aero swirls. It's going to cut under. And a little short as well. The weight was actually okay. So Kate will now know what to correct. Both teams looking for their opening win, Paul. Colleen, oh no.
Uh-oh.
That is not what this Northern Territory stalwart was after. Kate is going to have to send this one out on a pretty interesting line. The wind is really swirling more through here. Yeah, it's coming against, so it'll be pushing to the top right-hand side of screen. So Kate watching this one intently. She sent it out on a much wider line. If it starts to turn now, it's well pointed. Kate Argent-Bowden just couldn't get there. Colleen's last bowl in the way. 1 to South Australia in the end.
Possibly a little bit fortunate, but as we know in bowls, take the good with the bad, and it's 1 to South Australia.
So Kate will be pretty pleased to get that under her belt. It was a bit of a difficult end. Pops her foot down for Rachel to get to. Rachel the late in for Grace Maloney. Didn't quite get to where Kate was after. And something's... they called an umpire here just to make sure this is actually in.
Well, the first thing they need to do is centre the jack. There you go.
That's what they've done.
It's amazing how many players don't know that rule. You see it quite often, unfortunately. But you do need to centre the jack before you bring out the tape.
Shocking wind.
It's challenging.
Awful.
Challenging.
Well, it's not fun to be sitting in here anyway, because we're getting it. I'm sort of used to it with City of Geelong.
It's not too cold.
And not legal. At least it's not cold. Yeah, City of Geelong was really cold for the National Schools Championship. So, Masterboard says 1 to South Australia. 3 hours plus these matches tend to go to. So you've got us for the majority of the afternoon, everybody. Send through any questions you might have, where you're watching from, or anything along those lines. We are here to answer all of them. Lucas Protopappas has finished his work. Now he's just watching on some bowls. It's what he does instead of work a lot of the time. He was on this coverage on Saturday after taking home an Australian title at the Para-Nationals in the 14-point pairs, I believe.
Correct, with Josh Thornton.
Joshy Thornton.
They had a very good victory.
Yep, over Jeff Seaton and Jimmy Reynolds.
Yes, it was quite a commanding victory, actually.
And it was a good rebound for Lucas after losing to Andrew Reid in the final of the B5-6 singles in the morning, and he managed to rebound the very next session and get a victory, and he thoroughly deserved that. He's been working really hard on his game. As Shirley Campbell tries to pop that one in. Shirley was up there with Bronwyn Haggart. She was the lead in that rink for Bronwyn on Sunday, the final match that we had that day. You can go back and have a look at that on BA's YouTube channel. It's the wind really penetrating through Club Tweed. There were dangers that it would have an effect on the day, and that's exactly what's happening, as this one here from Shirley meets Rachel Krebbekx's bowl. Sharon Cavanagh. Lucas asking me, when am I going to play short ends in Saviour? What's Saviour, Lucas? I think you mean
Survivor.
I think you mean Survivor, Lucas. If you're going to insult me or ask a question, got to make sure you get it right. This wind is just, you can't really see. You can see it in the top left hand of your screen there. Those little flags at Club Tweed. Now, Lucas, never play short ends in Survivor. That's why you started.
All right, here comes Sharon on her forehand. A little rub through the hole.
But Lucas, that's why you started having success in your long ends. You got me and Aiden Davis to thank for that. All right, so this is looking interesting for these two states. Not the most congested head as of yet. South Australia, I think, have done something in the men's. One sent out a bit wide by Renata Callisto. Of course, not too far from the water here at Club Tweed, only a few hundred metres away. Renata Callisto popping one jack high, but just not finding the right weight, or sorry, right line. We know these hands are going to turn. I think with the wind especially, that hand is going to be extremely tight and it's going to hold, Paul.
Certainly, yeah, certainly will.
Two skips, stride down. It'll be Colleen or first. Oh, sorry, Kate first. How am I going?
Oh, you're doing well, Val.
Kate, a two-time champion, the AO under-18 singles, formerly out of Anguston, and moved to Holdfast Bay, and now she'll be playing out of the Adelaide Bowling Club. That's a big signing. Nathan Black also moving over. Colleen Orr playing on this wider hand. And playing it beautifully. That's a sensational delivery. Colleen Orr.
All right. Kate looking to come down on her backhand. Currently one down.
She's not far away.
She's not far.
She's got this.
Tell you what,
Kate Argent.
Great bowl.
Kate Argent-Bowden.
Made two.
Take your hat off. That is sensational.
Isn't it? What a cracking bowl.
You could tell halfway down the green that was so extraordinarily pointed.
Exactly. That will definitely have to go on the highlights reel.
Think so.
Very good indeed.
Loves the big stage. I can't remember
Now,
too many times where
Colleen also coming down the backhand. Looking to land on that Kate Argent bowl.
Under.
No. Unless, no. Not to be. That's
two for South Australia, Paul. And
massive pickup.
Kate, I can't remember too many other occasions where she loses on a live stream. She loves the cameras. Doesn't mind the big stage at all, and brilliant performance so far from the South Australians to negate that. They're 10-0 up. Lainey McGorman on the next rink over. Lainey's going to be playing BPL in under a month's time.
Who for?
The Adelaide Pioneers, plays out of the Adelaide Bowling Club, and then she'll be off to the World Champion of Champions, New Zealand.
Well, she'll be looking forward to that. What a great privilege to be able to represent Australia.
So 3 zip, 6 zip, 1 zip.
Great start by Rachel. Hasn't taken her very long to get into the swing of things. What can Shirley do here? How can she answer? She's going to swing on through. Weight was very good. Just that line with the breeze can be tricky to adjust.
So, South Australia have only won 2 rinks across their 9 so far, Paul.
Right.
And this is the only rink that's won. They are sitting 2-1. Rachel, Sharon, Renata and Kate. The only loss was to Kelsey Cottrell's rink, and they were in that very early on. They were 10-9. It was really close. And then in South Australia's other 2 losses, they've had victories. So that must hold them in good stead for this, because they're on the verge of going 3-1 after 4 rounds. That's a really good performance from this rink, especially when your team hasn't had a win yet in terms of an overall masterboard. Lynne Hayhow. It'll turn. Just how much?
It's a great home. All right, Sharon. Looking to come down on her backhand. Looking to add another one to the count. Currently holding at least 1.
Shamu watching on, saying he wants revenge for the Trans-Tasman, where the Aussies won a game 31-0. The wins were worse than this in Nine-Eye, and I remember watching that. Those conditions in Nine-Eye were absolutely torrential. It was torrential rain. The wind was just beyond shocking. I'm honestly not sure how the bowlers played in it, to be quite honest. It was really difficult, and the Aussies ended up, I think, winning 4-1 overall. It was a really strong performance by both.
That was a great try there by Lynne.
New Zealand going very close in a lot of those events, and it could have gone either way. So the next Trans-Tasman, whenever that will be, Shamu, will be fantastic.
Renata coming down on her forehand, looking to add another shot to the count. Just going to slide on through, but I think that just have a little nudge to that front bowl. Made 2. It does make the target a bit larger, so opportunity to either sit on those 2 South Australian bowls or collect the jack. For Karen, what can she do? Can they need to have a chat to Colleen, I think. Oh my goodness.
Very lucky.
It's one way of making second shot.
Yep. But they'll take it. So next year's Trans-Tasman, we can try and update that for you as to when that is going to be. And I can tell you that it is late January. Starts on the 31st of January. It goes until the 2nd of February. Next Trans-Tasman.
In New Zealand?
It is.
I wonder whereabouts I'll play it this time.
It is in Wellington.
Well, that's not where Nine-Eye is.
Yeah, I dare say it might be Nine-Eye again.
Well, let's hope conditions aren't as bad as they were last year.
Good luck to the Aussies if they're going over there, because it looked
take
tricky.
Their rain jacket.
It looked tricky. So now the skips will make their way down, and Colleen and Kate will go tete-a-tete once again.
Well, Colleen does have a catcher at the back. Actually, to the right of screen. She's got 3 bowls there. If she can somehow come through on her forehand and turn the jack, push it back a little bit, she could make 3. Okay, Kate coming down on her backhand. It's a good home. Going through about just over a metre and a half possibly. All right, what can Colleen do here? We need a game changer here, Val.
Yes, and she can provide that. We know Colleen Orr, this is going to turn.
Yeah.
It is going to turn.
Just rushed her delivery a little bit, I believe. Unfortunately, sometimes you get caught up on the result rather than the process, and the process is to get the right line, right speed. So it's quite a psychological thing. There's going to be some jack here. Back to her own bowl. Wow. It's probably 2. I don't think there is a third because of the Northern Territory bowl to the right of screen, that green bowl that we can see. Okay, so she can... It's a tough shot here. She might be best to come down and try and play on that front bowl. Push it through. Maybe even look to kill the end. But she's going to have to come through with a bit of authority. Let's see what she can do here. These tough conditions here at Club Tweed. Fantastic facilities, Club Tweed. We thank Club Tweed for hosting the 2024 Australian Sides Championships.
So this will hold for Colleen Orr. It's just a matter of whether she's got the weight. She doesn't want to put another one of South Australia's in. Well, this is
there's a bit more speed on that bell.
Was it 2 or just the 1 in the end?
Yeah, it was 1, maybe 2.
So 1, I think. We'll double check that. So 4-0 in favour of South Australia. They've started nicely. That's after 3 here. 11 zip on the master board, and got Brendo from Brunswick asking about the different camera angles that we've got. We're just using a different setup this time around. So got Gold Coast Tweed District assisting us this week, and absolutely fantastic. Lachlan Williams, my colleague, resigning. So
deserting you, Bell?
Yeah, he's left me.
How dare he do that?
So that's why it's just a little bit different, but absolutely nothing wrong. This is a fantastic camera setup that Robbie Allen's got, and he's done a wonderful job.
Another good start by Rachel. She stepped in as if she hadn't missed a game. Shirley just...
Yeah, we do hope Grace Maloney's going well. We do miss her on the national stage. She's a wonderful bowler. Was over in England on exchange earlier on this year.
What can Rachel do again?
So it was 2 before Paul. 5-0 in favour of South Australia. I thought I saw 2 fingers there.
It's hard to tell sometimes.
Yep.
Got another back bowl.
I think Shamu on the comments is going to give us a bit of a big head here. He's just full of praise. You can come back anytime, Shamu. Nice effort from Sharon Cavanagh. She is in some fine form, we know. These conditions suited her very well in June.
She played extremely well at the AO. So,
she did. As did Kate Argent-Bowden, actually. Made the semi-finals in the 4s for the 3rd year running. Both her and Sophie Kurzman have played together. And I remember speaking to both of them and they were absolutely fuming that they lost in the semis again. Hopefully fourth time is the charm for them in 2025. Kate and Sophie will both be heading overseas for the Oceania Challenge next month.
Oh, wow.
As Sharon Cavanagh.
What great bowling. Putting on such a display. It's making it very difficult for NT. They're always chasing. What can Lynne do here?
Trying to obstruct, but
She might end up in the ditch. Was it stayed on?
Just stayed on.
Wow. Very hard to tell from here.
Absolutely. Come on. Great ball.
Renata. Coming
Renata.
down. Renata. I do apologise. This is a great line. And if it slips in front, very good. That's 4 now. Really building this head up, Val.
Yeah, it's
forcing NT to really chase their tail.
It's close for the fourth. It's definitely 3. But
Staying out there, unfortunately. Karen.
getting an indication that it is definitely 4 down there. So there's no real target for the NT to play to either. It's
a small target, Val.
Yeah, it's looking ugly. Eliza Rigoni gets the first end for the NT in this tie. Played 3 ends here.
All right, she's got her to change her hand and just try and draw it in. Which isn't a bad call. And it can also fatten the target up. Oh, I thought she called her in on the backhand, but I don't know what happened there.
She's missed.
She had her hand on the right, but anyway.
Karen Lane, not what she was after.
No.
We've had Kerry Lane for Tasmania in the over 60s, and now we've got Karen Lane for the NT in the open
Didn't we
sides.
aptly name her Penny Lane?
You made that joke the other day as well. It's like deja vu.
Well, what can Kate do here? Can she add a 5th?
You back her in to do so. She's been swinging this in really nicely.
She's taken the high line here.
How much weight has she sent?
Oh my! She's trying to cover.
I think it is, yeah. I think maybe one to cover.
Jack does spit out to the right.
And
Oh,
she's bowled it well.
great camera work there by Robbie. Thank you for that.
Excellent delivery. So now
She
if
didn't want to
Colleen
fatten
is
the target.
now if Colleen is inclined to play a little bit of weight, let's see what happens. Colleen Orr, she's done this time and time again for her state. Just arriving weight, but she might have sent this out on a high line. It's going to try and get back. But as we have known, they are going to hold and it's going to remain 4. So Kate now just needs to draw this and make it a 5. Kate Argent-Bowden.
Thank you, Alex, for your comments. That's a good question.
Well, Alex,
it
was a message.
A message. I wouldn't suspect that would be on the cards to try.
Colleen Orr, she's close. She cut it down.
Great bowling.
She might have just done so and might have made one out of it. Spill the jack out. She hasn't quite. So 1 to South Australia. She's definitely cut it down from 4.
It was a great bowl. It's just what the doctor ordered.
Two it is. So she's cut it down from 4-2. Nice effort. But 7-0 is the score. That's after 4. And that mat is right up the rink. Krebbekx starting things off. Little touch of the jack there. Shamu saying that we should send a commentary team over to the Trans-Tasman and we could play the NZ commentary team. Apparently that's the game that everyone wants to see, Paul, but look, if I was involved in that, it would not go well for the Australian commentary team, so we'll leave that to the imagination.
Well, you don't know what the opposition are like.
Oh, I know that many people are better equipped to be on the mat than I am, that's for sure. And Dean Elliott
You've
asked...
got a good delivery, Val.
Yeah, but it's not often accurate.
As they say, practice makes perfect. Just need to spend a bit more time on the green.
Eventually, possibly. And then Dean Elliott asking what would be more of a pressure moment, sending down the first bowl as lead on the first game this coming pennant season, or me remembering my upcoming vows in a week's time. All the very best. Thank you, Dean. Thank you for the kind words. No, we bought little vows books, his and hers, so we've both written them in there and we'll have those up at the altar with us, so no danger of me forgetting them. I've also got them on my phone as a fail-safe, so I'm a prepared man. Sharon Cavanagh. The informed Sharon Cavanagh.
Are we allowed to talk about your vows? Until death do us part?
Rach is at work, so...
Or have you written them down?
No, I've written them down. I've come up with them myself. I thought I'd do that sort of stuff for a living. I probably should write my own vows instead of copying them from someone else.
You get some obscure ones on Married at First Sight.
Yeah, they're weird ones though, because you've never met the person, you've never seen them.
Correct.
No, Shamu, I won't be rolling a jack down to my future wife. That's...
Well, I hope you have much more success than those on Married at First Sight. I think there might have only been one, maybe two that have made it.
Yeah, let's hope so, because
made the distance in all these years of that show being on television.
Very different though. They've met for a day, and
that's right.
Rach and I've been together for 6 years now, and 6.5 nearly, and lived together for over 3. So. Fingers crossed anyways, that's what we're hoping for. Should be a great day. Kind of also excited for the day after, Paul, because we can wake up, we don't have to prepare for another wedding, because it's stressful.
Well, it looks like NT holding 1. Okay. Oh, wow. That's a cracking bowl.
Had a few questions like that. Peter Lucat on the comments asking if the wedding's being live streamed. Unfortunately for the bowlers out there, no, it's not.
I offered Peter to live stream it. And,
he did offer.
Even to be the MC, but it was politely knocked back.
Renata Callisto was very close. Yeah, I've had a hell of a lot more questions about the wedding being live streamed than I ever thought I would. So, imagine that. I just ducked off to commentate during the wedding.
Commentate your own wedding.
Yeah.
That'd be a cracking one.
As Karen Lane
We could
sends
delay the
down
coverage by half an hour. We could film it, then you commentate, and then we'll release it to the world.
as a premiere on YouTube. Thank you very much, Peter. You're a star, mate. Hope to see you at the Australian Open next year again.
I've actually never heard of a wedding being live streamed.
They do it actually. It's for people that are getting married in a different country to what they're born in. So say if you were born in the UK and you got married over here in Australia, you might live stream it for the family that couldn't quite make it over, friends that couldn't quite make it over. So Kate Argent-Bowden, this is going to turn. Has she got the weight to stop?
Yeah, she got a speeding fine for that, Val. Just went through.
Speed camera did click.
Yep. All right, Colleen. This is her opportunity to add some more pressure to Kate's last bowl.
She's going to cut under.
Taking the narrow line.
Have the legs even.
No. All right.
So let us know where you are watching from around the world, and we want to know and like to get to know our listeners and viewers here.
This is it.
Kate Argent-Bowden.
3 down. Looking to draw the shot. The speed isn't too bad here.
She's well pointed. Kate Argent-Bowden needs it to hurry.
Just
And no.
pulled up. All right, Collins very fast onto the mat here. She knows what she has to do. It's a forehand draw. Get the right line, get the right speed, and she can make 4.
She is motoring, I think, or is she going to cut in? She is. She's going to sit her own straight towards the jack, and that'll do for a score.
Wow.
1, 2.
Wow, if that hadn't hit her ball, that was missing. Luck favours the brave. Here we go. We've got 2 looking.
Measuring for 3 or more.
That was a very quick
3 it was.
quick hand signal. But
I saw the South
the
Australian hand signal. It was a 3 down. So the NT on the board after 5. We're almost a quarter of the way through. 7-3 in favour of South Australia. It's Kate Argent-Bowden, Renata Callisto, Sharon Cavanagh and Rachel Krebbekx leading on green 1, rink 1. They're the only South Australian rink to have recorded a victory so far at this Australian Sides Championships in the women's.
they've gone short here, Val.
Dean Elliott, yeah, they have. And
the mat on the tee, and
they needed to, Paul.
well, the thing is, where they come from, Northern Territory, I know at Darwin Bowling Club, it's a very quick green. So
Synthetic, it's all undercover.
yes, sandfield, undercover, and it flies. I
Love to head up there.
have had a little roll on it. It's a very true surface, but very fast. So I can understand why they're going shorter. It's what they're more used to.
Dean Elliott. I'm heading up to Pine Rivers for my first experience at this year's BPL. What a BPL that you're going up to, Dean. BPL 20, it's going to be huge. So much to cover and talk about. So many new players.
All right, Rachel here with her second bowl on the forehand. I think it might have snuck in. That's definitely number one. Lynne Hayhow. It's not quite what she wanted. She had a smile on her face anyway. Even the best don't get it right all the time. But Sharon Cavanagh, she's been putting on as a display today. And this is looking like it's going to...
That'll hold, Paul.
Nestle in for shots. Oh,
moved a lot, didn't it?
Just kept going a little bit more than we would have thought. That's possibly the shot.
Karen Lane. Sorry, no, this is still Lynne.
Yeah, that was Lynne. Both our seconds have got green bowls.
They do. It's so confusing.
They're just trying to make our life a little bit more difficult. I'm sure the viewers are all over it. All right, Sharon's got good line here again. This comes down to her speed. Right, just didn't quite turn as much, that one. The wind must have caught it.
Some of the hardest conditions we've seen here this week, Paul.
Correct.
All this 10 days so far. Only one day we haven't played at Club Tweed, or two. Had a practice day for the senior sides and then a practice day for the sides, but they've still been playing out there, so these greens have copped a workout.
All I can say, Val, is I'm glad I bought my jacket today.
Mark Bullow's watching on as well, Paul.
Ah, from
Club
Sunbury. Yes. We'll be seeing Mark at the BPL, I would imagine. He'll be up there with Melbourne Extreme.
We will.
He's a team manager.
Yeah, Paul, I don't blame you for bringing your jacket today because I'm about to put mine on. It's starting to get a little chilly here. Watch saying it's 25, but I don't believe it. One of those feels like days.
It's this wind up here. It's a bit like it's like a tunnel effect. It's just coming straight through, and it's not as comfortable as we would like it to be, but it is what it is. NT holding one thanks to Karen's previous bowl. Looking to add a second one here. She's got great line. Just rolling on through. So it's HS1 to NT. Renata seeking some instruction from Kate. I think last time in our call when we were calling the WA ladies game and they had Christina Christic, and I did make a comment about her clear and precise calls.
Yes.
Yeah, I think everyone should take note of how Christina calls ahead. She's very, very quick in making her decision and clear in her instructions, and it's great to see.
Yeah, you're right, Paul. It's the way that she does call. It is really clear and concise as a skip, and I think it's what you want as someone in the front three. This gives a lot of help.
All right, Colleen holding one. Looking to add a second. It's a very smooth delivery, that one. Don't know if she's got quite enough legs to make it. Oh, that's very tough.
So Kate's still got 2 to
there
come
we go.
here.
We have a good camera angle now. Thanks to Robbie. On the switches, doing a great job, Robbie.
So the South Australians in clear deliberation. Renata giving Kate some instructions. Kate looking somewhat sceptical, but just, I think, trying to reassure herself of the shot here.
I like her little hiding spot for the chalk in the back of her hair.
Oh, haven't you noticed? Yeah.
No, not
it was
that
right
too.
on screen before.
That's a great little hiding spot. Often it's difficult to know where to put that piece of chalk.
And
Oh, what a great bowl.
Argent-Bowden. That's why she was such a top junior, and it's why she's an emerging jackaroo. Sensational. She'll be playing for Australia next month as well, making her international debut, and it's thoroughly deserved, and that's sort of the reason why. Brilliant shot making.
It certainly was. Great result. All right, Colleen. She was a semi-finalist in the Australian Indoors a couple of months ago here at Club Tweed.
You are right, Paul. She
had a
played
good
really well against Kelsey in that
Very
semi
good
too,
game.
yeah.
Kelsey was obviously too strong as she took out the title. She'll be looking to head to Scotland in April next year. Represent Australia again. What's Kate done here?
She gone too quick.
Yeah.
Right, a smile and a laugh, but they're on the board once more. 2 to South Australia, thanks to a bomb from Kate Argent-Bowden. 9-3 is the score. What's happening around the rinks, Paul?
Well, let's start around the greens. Let's start with ACT versus WA. There we go. Sorry. ACT WA. All right, in the men's, it's WA 11-6, so leading by 5. Anthony Williams' rink is off to a good start, leading 8-2. In the women, it's very close. WA 10, lead ACT 9. In the men, in the other game, New South Wales versus Tasmania. In the men, New South Wales 16, leading Tasmania 11, so up by 5. The New South Wales women, 16, leading Tasmania 7, so they're off to a good start. Wow, so the big game.
Huge.
Victoria versus Queensland. In the men, Queensland 17-9, so leading by 8. Sean Baker 13-0 over Anthony Flapper.
Massive.
After 6 ends. What a great start there by Sean.
Funnily, that was the rink that cost Victoria yesterday against New South Wales,
Yes.
the Anthony Flapper rink, so they will want to really get a wriggle on there. That was against Lee Schreiner.
And the women's, this is a big one. If the Victorian women's can win this, I think they're virtually
They'll be in a really good
a
spot.
very good spot to take the march.
Won't be unbeatable with New South Wales having only lost 1 game, but they will be in a very strong position. They're leading 2 rinks at the moment, Paul.
With Queensland, who had a
Little blip.
Yeah, against WA in the first game this morning. So it's Queensland leading 13-12. So it's very close. After 12 ends, there's 1 shot in it.
But you know what I said, Paul? Beware the wounded Queenslander. And they will respond. Don't you worry about that. So we could have A couple of teams on 3-1. New South Wales and Queensland still to play, which is going to have massive ramifications on who wins this title. 26-6 here on the master board in favour of South Australia. They are flying high.
Okay. ACT holding 1. With Lynne's second bowl coming down on her forehand, left of screen. It's a great attempt, great line, swooped in very nicely. It's a good home. Jack is to go backwards, obviously. It's going to be a potential catcher. Okay, Kate has asked Renata to stay on the forehand. Just a draw. They've got the bowl in front on the way in. How's her line? As with the wind rolling across the green, it's able to drop on down. Oh, very good try. So NT still holding 1. Colleen just saying, stay on that hand to beat that last South Australian bowl. Potentially could have 2. I tell you what, it's a good line here. Just got to hurry. Oh, she wouldn't want to push it in. Oh, that's very close. Not sure here. Robbie might be able to give us a different camera angle. Yeah, well, Kate's saying up and down. She's not sure either. Anyway, they're still... Oh. It's very hard to tell from there. Thank you, Robbie, for the... Robbie saying the purple bowl. Renata. This is going to skip on through too. Okay, Karen. Just she can put that bowl where Colleen anchored her foot. She will definitely have the shot. Oh, it's holding its head. It's going to get around. It has. Great result. That's definitely 1 to Northern Territory. Big high five from Colleen. It's 1 and a measure. It's good to see our players assisting by getting out of the way for our camera angles. Well, so we welcome Val back. You had a little toilet stop.
I thought I sidled off without saying anything and everyone knew.
Well,
was I quick?
Yeah. They're probably sick of my dulcet tones and ready for your return.
No, how could you be sick of Paul Holschke's tones?
But anyway, Colleen looking to add a second. Oh, it could be even a third. We're not sure. Oh, she's going to get a little rub. No.
So, Kate, the option is still there. I think that's what they're saying, yes.
That's a very good call by Renata. Come in on the backhand. To come under. Oh,
Tighter hand, Kate Argent-Bowden.
Tell you what,
She's close.
This is not without a chance. She loves these bowls.
Oh, that is a bowl where I think you can just look at your skip and say you don't have to be dead to be stiff. Because she hit it pretty well.
She loves picking up that jack, Kate.
Yep. Very close. Colleen,
she did. I think on the last end coming this way, she picked it up and picked up a couple.
It was in the other direction to pick up the 2. So, no, the very last end, yeah. Sure where Colleen went there. I think just missed the line. So, 1 more to the Northern Territory. 9-4 after 7. We're a third of the way through. Going pretty quick pace, these ladies. Sometimes you want the jack, but you don't want to slice it. It's always difficult to sort of get it in that right direction.
Well, in the men's, Nathan Black from South Australia leading Tristan Smollercombe 16-1, so he's got off to a good start. Wayne Rudiker leading Daniel Baker 12-8 after 7. And in the other game, Mark Hall, I just can't quite see the scoreboard. Someone's standing in front of it, unfortunately. He's not moving. Swinging his arms around and he's quite content, but he's not helping me out. All right, looks like
Rachel Krebbekx.
It could be 4-7, the ends rink. So South Australia leading 7-4. So Scotty Thorburn 7 to Mark Hall 4 after 7 ends, which means South Australia leading 35-13 after 21 ends. So we're a third of the way through on the men's game on this green number 1.
They were doing so well, the NT against New South Wales in the previous round. What's happening in the Queensland Victoria matchups, Paul? Still the same as it was before?
Yeah, still the same.
Paul.
No update since.
Get one soon, I'm sure.
I'm sure Howie will get out there shortly.
The wind just absolutely powers
it's
the camera.
relentless.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely relentless.
Sometimes it happens when you're this close to the water, you're bound to get a little bit of wind, and because it is really open, sort of a round club Tweed, does make it a bit difficult.
Oh, that's a great bowl by Lynne. That's 1, maybe 2. What can Sharon Cavanagh? She's bowling very well today. And I think she's about to deliver again. Wow. And a toucher.
Well, there's a reason why Sharon Cavanagh is in such good form, and it's stuff like that. She was able to produce so good at the AO this year. Lynne, Hayhow, did you miss that? I really thought she was in then, just couldn't quite get through. Couldn't take the jack. Kate urging this one to hurry. Karen Lane sits the bowl away. Oh, yeah. Nicely done from Karen. Renata Callisto. Renata Callisto. It's going to hold out there.
We just held it up a little bit. So NT holding one. Or at least one anyway, Val. All right, what's Karen done here? She's watching it very intently.
Very close.
Going to skip on through.
Speaking of skip, the two skips in this rink, Paul, are going to be playing in the mixed pairs at the Australian Championships later on in the Nationals in a week's time, actually. On Friday afternoon or Friday next week, Colleen and Barry Orr, husband-wife combination from the NT, and Kate Argent-Bowden taking on the competition with Nathan Black.
Wow, that'll be a very strong team.
Very strong. The whole mixed pairs team is extremely strong, or the mixed pairs field. I'll go through it, actually.
Maybe you have a run through it. That'd be great to hear who's in it.
I will. I know the Western Australian team is Lisa Featherby and Bill Bransma. And then Colleen and Barry Orr. Then you've got... Actually, they're in the same section, so they will meet at about this time next week. They will be playing. So there you go. Friday afternoon. Kate versus Colleen. It's becoming a regular thing. So
Who's
Bill
in
Bransma...
Section 2.
Bill Bransma, Lisa Featherby, Barry Colleen Orr, and then we've got the South, the ACT squad. They are, just got it here for you. They are Ruth Moore and Jamie Smith. And then in Section 2, well, it gets even better.
Wow.
Bolivia Millerick and Kane Nelson, Ali Forsyth and Kelly McCarran. Then Thomas Webb and Dawn Heyman, fiancé pair they are. And then Amity Bickley and Cody Marshall. And Amity is one of the strong up-and-coming juniors in this country, or young guns.
Yeah, she's been through juniors and...
Yep. Kate Argent-Bowden, she's close. Another gap. They can't quite believe it. Sharon's just looking up at the heavens saying, what do we have to do to take this jack?
Colleen coming on her backhand. Looking to nestle in. Might just... She's pulled up short.
Kate with another opportunity here to try and...
She could get a bit of a number here. She's able to get a little trail. She needs to move it about a metre and a bit.
She's asking Renata where she thinks... What are you thinking? What would you be doing in this position, Paul? Is she driving, maybe?
Forehand draw. Trying to either sit on that front NT bowl.
Yep.
Or she can pick up some of the jack, take it back. There's a couple of catches there.
Mm-hmm. All right. Options are plenty for Kate Argent-Bowden. Can she deliver? Can she count? And can she wrestle shot away from the NT?
Well, I think she's going hunting the jack.
She is, and I tell you what, she is not far away. She's just going to sit the bowl.
And I dare say that'll be enough for one.
Not sure. They're looking. Oh, it's going to be enough for two. And maybe more. They are going to measure for more. So Kate Argent-Bowden has delivered once again. I think it was just the two in the end. So 11-4. She is performing at an extraordinarily high level is Kate Argent-Bowden. Was so close to taking the jack with her first. As Paul Holschke brings over the big lolly tub. Pinch a couple of these. Bit of everything in here, which is good. Always nice.
Thanks to Robbie on the switches. He's put that lolly container together. It's as good as you'll see. So, South Australia 11, leading Northern Territory 4 after 8 ends. Still not over by any meat. Still plenty of time for NT to come back into this game. Shirley with her white and purple and pink speckled bowls has drawn not quite a resting toucher but close enough, and Colleen is very happy with that. Gives her a bit of spray chalk. Rachel, who's also been bowling very well after coming into this rink.
Yes, I think Grace, I don't think he's here with the team. I think she had to pull out before, which is a shame because she missed the AO this year due to being on exchange in England. Also missed her club championship where she's won a hell of a lot of those. Sophie Kurzman was filling us in during the BPL. I think she's won maybe 6 or 7 straight. If anybody from South Australia is watching on, could probably fill me in there. Nice delivery from Sharon Cavanagh, opening it up.
So South Australia take a commanding lead here, 32-8 after 23 ends. It's just hanging out for Lynne. Well, I have to say, Kate Argent-Bowden's mixed partner, the Australian national mixed pairs, Nathan Black, has a commanding lead, 17-1 over Tristan Smallcombe. Well, in the middle rink, Wayne Rudiker and Daniel Baker are locked at 12 all after 9 ends. And again, I can't see that rink of Scott Thorburn. Too many people standing around in front of the scoreboard, so I'll have to hold off on that one.
One thing I do want to say, while we are covering the Northern Territory in state sides, and rest in peace and a Vale to Mark Malagorski, former Northern Territory representative and state singles champion 2 times, state pairs, triples and fours champion as well. He'd won them all and the champion of champions and mixed pairs. Had represented sides 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 2022 and passed away in September. So our well wishes to Mark Malagorski's family. He was a great guy. I met him a couple of times at events, and
one of the nicest blokes you'll ever meet.
Represented Malta at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. Mark Malagorski, and
aptly known as Mala.
Yep, or the Maltese Falcon apparently. So No, it's farewell to Mark Malagorski and our well wishes to his family, and very, very sad passing. So we hope they're all okay.
Well done, Val.
It's a really sad story, that one.
Tragic. How things can happen so suddenly.
So, Colleen and Kate, once again. Bit of a breeze there. Kate just waiting and understanding. That's good game awareness, knowing that she doesn't have to rush through this. She looks at the master board. It's all looking pretty healthy. Wants to try and find the jack here. Wants it to hold or at least promote their own. Don't think they have. Might be one of theirs. I think it is.
It is.
Yep, that's two now.
You heard the crowd, didn't you?
Yep. Kate Argent-Bowden does it again. She knew she could miss in a really good area if she didn't get the jack. And have a look at that. It stayed in for the second as well, which is even more impressive. So Colleen Orr just going to have to watch. I think... I don't know what the option is here unless she wants to go for it and then trail that jack. What are you seeing there, Paul? Maybe even promote her own onto the shot bowl.
Oh, it's really tough.
Because it's a hard hand to play that, so I'm thinking just wait, trail the jack into the ditch if she can. If she kills it, she kills it.
I reckon if Aaron Sheriff was here, he would definitely be looking to put the jack in the ditch. Come through with a bit of authority. I think Colleen should be doing something similar.
That's what she's done, Colleen Orr.
It's not too bad. It's just gonna... Oh no.
Oh no.
Might have promoted another one. Maybe not.
No, it didn't in the end. Might have cut it down to one in the end. Just the one, so she did. I believe. I think I saw one finger go up. Double check that here.
I missed it, Val. Good.
I will have a quick look here because my YouTube feed is a little delayed, so I can double check and see what... Oh no, it was two in the end. There you go, see? All of us can be wrong. Kate Argent-Bowden again getting the result. 13-4. That's after 9 ends, almost at the halfway point. And on the masterboard, sitting at 36-9, South Australia enjoying a very, very fortunate afternoon. Brilliant start for them to a session that they just simply needed to win. Simply needed to win. The men are on the verge of going 3-1 as well, which is really impressive.
Well, they did beat Queensland on the first day.
They did.
Big victory. Unfortunately, went down to Tasmania in their second game. Oh,
Who did?
No, WA, sorry.
WA,
sorry.
Yeah, that was a big loss for South Australia because they would be sitting 4-0 at the moment.
They would be.
And they'd be really in the zone for a possible alley shield.
Oh,
Queensland, 17-9 leading Victoria. No update there as of yet.
Well, let's have a look. See if we've been... Still no updates.
Just wait on those, and
I'm sure Howie will get out there shortly.
South Australia holding 2 thanks to 2 pretty good deliveries from Rachel Krebbekx. Good to have your company wherever you're watching around the world. Let us know where you are. We want to know if you're watching from home or abroad. Someone watching from Spain this morning, Paul.
Ah, what a beautiful place that is. Wonder whereabouts in Spain.
It was in... I will check for you. Mojica.
No idea where that is. Sharon Cavanagh. Making 3.
It's just sort of south of Alicante and Valencia, so on the coast.
Your pronunciation...
I googled it.
It's second to none, but
I
it's still,
googled it.
to pronounce it so well.
I googled it, so I can't take credit.
Oh.
And look at how this hand is holding, but it's going to try and work back.
Going to slip on through, unfortunately. Oh, wow.
Lynne, Hayhow.
That is absolute... I honestly thought that was going to slip through the gap and keep going, but it slowed down.
Hey, how good. Patricia McGrath watching from Toorak in Victoria, a drenched Toorak, and yeah, Mum and Dad sent me a video through of how torrential it is at home in Melbourne, and my God, it looks torrid. Absolutely bucketing down in Victoria. So stay inside. Patria, what a beautiful part of the world you live in. Toorak is absolutely fantastic. If you are in Melbourne, I urge you just to go for a quick look up St. George's Road in Toorak at some of the mansions that are up there, and they are monstrous. Boss War Eagle watching in Louisiana in the US.
Sorry, I missed that, Bell. Is it raining in Melbourne?
Bucketing.
Never.
Absolutely bucketing down. I've seen the footage, and yeah,
Is that right?
Mum and Dad sent me a video before, and yeah, it's absolutely, whatting down.
Well, lucky we aren't there today.
I know. I'll take the wind over the rain. Oof, very close there from Renata. Trailing
Still
that jack
one to
through.
Antique. Oh, wow, look at that front. Oh,
Yep.
It's gone through.
Sort of passing now towards Tasmania and
Now it's going to
Launceston.
go down to Launceston. Lonnie. I got called out the other day for calling it Launceston. Oh. Could that be 2, Val?
I don't know. It's close. I dare say they're going to change. Yeah, I think backhand here for Renata Callisto. Oh, this wind is
You should see our monitor shaking in the wind.
powering. And Renata
go.
Callisto takes the jack.
Wow. Just what the doctor ordered.
It wasn't the wind. It was Renata Callisto.
Well, how can Karen respond? It's a bit narrow. Yeah. Wow, with all that rain, we've got pennant starting tomorrow in Melbourne.
I think the weather. I think it does clear up. Hopefully
Okay.
it does. It'll make it very slow. So South Australia lying with 1. Going to be very interesting to see how this head finishes. The 10th end of this 21. They've only dropped 2 of them. 13.4 is looking pretty healthy in this rink, and 37.9, well, when you're up by that much, you can afford to drop a full count on all three rinks and you'll still be ahead, Paul.
You love that bell?
I do. It's a nice little benchmark. Mentally wise, I think it's... I think it certainly helps. Kate's tossed this out on a nice line, but not wide enough.
Might get a little rub.
No, weight wasn't enough.
All right, Colleen needs to put one in here. Possibly two down.
So, Kate looking to put in her second. There's still one up. Sandy McPherson watching from Campbell Sound Village. What a beautiful part of the world you are in, Sandy. I absolutely love it down on the Mornington Peninsula. Campbell Sound is such a great part of the world. Not too far from Rosebud Plazas. Kate just goes through. Good home to be in if Colleen does try and apply some pressure with some weight. Yeah, Campbell Sound is one of the great spots in Victoria.
Colleen could potentially be three down here. Just had a quick look at the head.
Oh, that might change things a little.
No.
So what is the score going to be?
Definitely two.
Two, that did change things there. That has come in.
No. Potentially three. I did say that just before. I reckon it is three.
I think it moved up a fair bit, but
no, a little
from the
bit.
angle, I'm not sure. Oh, this is very helpful. There we go. So it's at least another two.
Okay.
And Kate, did she get it in?
Probably not that one.
Oh, this would be okay. Not three.
I know the front one.
Maybe it is the front one.
Yep.
Yeah, that I think did the job. Three it is. Or they might check these though. They might measure it again just to make sure. So it's at least three. Could possibly be a fourth for Kate Argent-Bowden's back bowl. Another foot less, and that was well and truly in the count.
That's three, I think, Bell.
I think it might have been four, but we can't see a hand signal, so...
I think it's just three.
Was it? No, it was four.
It
Wow.
was four. Wow. There you go.
So 17-4. That is a monster of an end for South Australia. And they extend this masterboard. This has been the form rink. One of the form rinks of the competition. (41-9) on the masterboard. This is looking mightily ugly if you're from the NT. So this South Australian rink sitting as the 12th best rink at the moment. But they will move well and truly up into the top echelons of this competition.
Well, I tell you, Nathan Black is powering along.
I saw Nathan Black before, just as we were sort of coming through the doors. I go to him, "Are you winning?" And he goes, "Yeah," with a big smile on his face.
He's leading
having a great time.
24-1. Wayne Rudiker is 14-12 in front of Daniel Baker, and Scott Thorburn is 11-4 ahead of Mark Hall, which gives them a 32-shot buffer.
That rink of The best rinks so far, Sophie Kurzman, Lisa Phillips, Jessica Wallace and Olivia Cartwright. They are who sits as the top rink in the female competition at the Australian sides. The best men's rink from New South Wales, Nick Cahill, Carl Healy, Peter Taylor and Lee Schreiner. 3 of those guys were the winning rink last year.
Unbelievable, that rink.
So, looking pretty good. Cam Keenan, Brett Marnie, Maddie Flapper and Craig Mills also undefeated. Same with Jamie Anderson, Brendan Wilson, Kane Nelson and Brett Wilkie.
I think that's going to be a tight finish, that race.
Yep, always is. Nicely done there from Sharon Cavanagh. She's having a good day out as well. If you're South Australian...
She loves these greens up on the Gold Coast, doesn't she,
Yep.
Sharon?
Well, not quite on the Gold Coast, but yes, in this region.
Well, it's part of the Gold Coast Tweed district.
That is true. That is true.
Can she do it again? Well, the hardest bowl in bowls. Play it again.
This is where you want the same, Paul.
Correct.
Had Barry Lester do a same in the previous match, and I said that you'll be the one that has to tell him to do his push-ups.
He would have laughed. I heard he bowled very well, though.
He did. He sure did. Him and Aaron Hewson as the front 2 for that Queensland rink were just brilliant. That one from Lynne just missing. Now time for Renata Callisto. South Australian 3rd. Have had some success in this format across this week. South Australia winning the John Dobby Trophy for the best perform men's team in the Australian Senior Sides Championships as Renata. That's a nice delivery. Good home.
Very good home.
Falls in as well. Great spot.
Quick update.
What have we got?
Victoria versus Queensland in the men. Currently Queensland 28 to Victoria 15. Sean Baker was 16-0, I think, at one stage. Now it's 16-2. So Queensland have up by 13. And in the very important ladies game, Queensland currently leading 20-13.
Yeah, I had a feeling
with
that Queensland...
that Lisa Phillips rink, undefeated, playing Kelsey Cottrell's rink.
And
Kelsey's currently leading 8-2.
Wow. Well, there you go. Yeah, I
She'll be looking to redeem herself after her game this morning. So if Queensland are able to win that, that's certainly going to really open up the women's section.
Well, it would leave 3 teams on 3-1 with Queensland and New South Wales to play each other in what will be a massive, massive clash. Well,
when is that scheduled?
I'm about to have a look now. That is not tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. So the penultimate round, round 6.
Saturday afternoon. What better place to be than Club Tweed?
I know. Saturday afternoon sport just hits different, doesn't it, Paul?
It certainly does.
I don't want the AFL Grand Final to change. I love it on a Saturday afternoon. There's nothing quite like a traditional Saturday afternoon time slot for sport. Then you got the rest of the weekend after that to enjoy if your team wins, and if you lose, you can go back home and sulk. I prefer losing during the day because I can get to sleep a bit easier. If I lose at night and and I'm angry, it takes me too long to get to sleep, I think.
Well, you better get used to that in the coming years, Bell, as Richmond.
Oh, it's all going to be afternoon games or Sunday twilight. All the irrelevant time slots that the bad teams get. That's what we're in for. Not much fun. Kate Argent-Bowden has enjoyed a brilliant contest. She's probably been the MVP. Really understanding this rink. As I say that, just tosses one out a bit wide. Not a bad spot to be in because they're all Northern Territory bowls. So if she was going to miss, it's not a bad spot to miss if that jack does get cannoned out.
Colleen was looking to come on the backhand, but then questioned herself and in her wisdom decided to come in on the forehand.
It'll turn. Scott. Karen Lane just standing in front. There we go. Thank you, Karen.
Just a little bit on the quick side.
So where will Kate end up here? She's given it a little bit less grass. She can clear the front. She's close. Kate Argent.
Not far away. This could be an absolute...
Kate Argent-Bowden, brilliant, but there's an option for Colleen to just split those two bowls. She's going to change to the backhand now.
She's going to try and chip that Kate Argent-Bowden bowl.
That's not going to work unless... Oh, here we go.
Yet. Oh, what's
wow.
that?
Oh, my God. And then Kate's fell in as well. That's two. So both of Kate's bowls, I think, are ending up shot here. Wow. Colleen got a lot of fortune there. Oh, sorry, a lot of fortune to get into the head because she missed. And then the jack did spill out, but it rebounded through. So 19-4 is the lead, and it's a 34-shot deficit on the masterboard as we near the halfway point of the overall tie. Paul, it's been clinical from South Australia.
It certainly has. So the Victorian women versus Queensland women, it's back to 4 shots. Queensland leading 22-18. All right, and the other matches. Wow, New South Wales men versus Tasmanian men. It's currently 21 all after 24 ends. And with the women, New South Wales leading 30-18. So they've got a nice, comfortable lead there. In the ACT versus WA games, WA men 25, leading ACT 16. With Anthony Williams leading to 13-4 over Flynn O'Shaughnessy. And in the women's, we have a very close game. WA women's, after their big win this morning over Queensland, lead 28-25 over the ACT women. So around the grounds, or the rinks, the greens, we've got some close games. Please keep an eye on the live stream, the live updates.
Yes.
Robbie will put that on the screen for us.
There it is. All you need to do, iPhone users, I don't know about Android, but I know iPhone, you just take a screenshot of that or a shot of it on your iPhone, on your TV screen or YouTube screen, and you can go and copy paste that link into Safari or Chrome, whatever you use. And there it is, right there. You can actually copy paste words off photos now. That's the kind of technology that we're living in, or living with.
You'll have to show me how to do that, Belle. Maybe later tonight.
Oh, hang on. Let me just... Of course, my camera's not going to work now. There we go. I'm going to jump on the photo here, Paul. Oh, you watch now. I've got to unlock my phone. Make sure you unlock your phone, iPhone users.
Not this time.
What is happening?
No, don't worry about it. We'll look into that later tonight.
Ah, here we go. Here we go. There's a little icon that looks like a bit of a script down the bottom right-hand side of your screen. And then you just open the link and there you go.
Oh my goodness. How good is that?
So the little script down the bottom right-hand side of your screen for iPhone users.
Meanwhile, South Australia holding 2 with Sharon Cavanagh. Weight was very good, just a line. I dare say this holding 3. Okay, calling Lynne down on her backhand. The line's just going to tighten up on her. Possibly still 3 to South Australia.
Shamu saying top admin right there. That was just me, Shamu. I am the admin, so I saw your comment and I posted it in there for you. And
what's Renata doing?
Just going around, but this is...
Alright, this is made for Karen.
This is where Northern Territory, and I said it in the first match, Paul, I'm sure you'll agree that the NT just need to rally now. They can't afford to get down on themselves. They just need to fight and scrap and take as many shots as they can because they don't want to go down on too many shots.
Well, they've got to at least hold their own in the closing stages of this game. We're just over the halfway mark.
It's a little bit of a... Kate was having a laugh about something down there. Not sure what happened. A bit of wind. I think Colleen was laughing as well. And Renata, Callisto, numero uno.
3, maybe 4. Karen was asking to change hands, but Colleen said no, stay on your backhand. So had a bit of a discussion on which is the most appropriate way to come into the head. Okay, backhand. Line's not too... Oh, it's just hanging out. Just the speed. Well, over to you, skipper. This is where the skippers earn their big dollars.
Yes.
When they're at least 4 down. Well, come on, ladies. It's the mat of South Australia. Okay, Kate Argent-Bowden. Looking to draw another shot here. I tell you what, she's got a good line. It's coming down. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one. Okay, Colleen is coming down on the forehand after having a discussion with Karen, where Karen asked to come down on that hand. And she's going to bring her wing bowl in, which may have cut out 1, maybe 2. And Kate on her backhand. It's all about her speed. I think that's in the count too.
Yeah,
yes.
I think so.
So 2, 3, maybe 4. Okay, what's Colleen got for us?
She's wide.
Just hanging out there.
And
Oh, hang on.
another
hang
little
on.
lucky. Oh, might have cut some out. It's probably 3 now. Could be 3. Well, it's as little as 2. 1, 2. I'm going to measure for the rest. 3. And 3 it is, so she did cut 1 out in the end, but another 3 to South Australia, and they are powering ahead, 22-4.
They certainly are. (22-4) after 12 ends. Lanny McGorman, 14, leading Alyssa, 5. Alyssa Rigoni after 11. And Katrina Green leading 11-6 over Renata Rook of NT after 10 ends. Thank you to all our viewers who are still with us, and we really appreciate it and hope you're enjoying it. Just quickly see if there's any more updates around the grounds. The New South Wales men versus Tasmania, it's still 21 all. Hopefully we'll get an update there shortly. The WA versus ACT women's, 28-25 in favour of WA. So there's a few close games. If you live in the area, please come down to Club Tweed and have a look. Bring your jacket. It's just a little bit blustery. That was a nice helping hand by Shirley. Fortunately helping the South Australian team. So they'll be holding 1. Sharon Cavanagh just coming through. Still wanted South Australia. All right. Lynne with her green bowls. Looking to get second shot. Has found a good home though. Okay, Sharon Cavanagh also on the back end. It's very well pointed, this one, Val. It will come down to her speed. She's got a little bit of the jack. I think that makes 2.
Does open things up a little bit too.
Yes. Well, Northern Territory just need to find a way to get the mat back, change the length. What is Lynne doing here? Just sneaking under, but the weight was exceptional. Okay, Renata. She's contributed very well to the game today. Very smooth action. Looking to sit on that SA bowl.
That'll do.
Definitely makes 2.
Problem is it's going to be pretty easy to get rid of. That's what Colleen is saying. Let's hit off it.
I wouldn't say easy, Val.
In terms of if it is hit.
Easier.
Yeah, if it is hit. It's not on its side. And this is going to come underneath, just missing
Not
the
over
line.
yet.
Oh, wow. Grown in unison there from the Ringside Live commentary team.
What's Renata doing here? This looks pretty good. It's in the count. Definitely 2, maybe 3.
So it's an 18 shot difference here, 33 on the master board. That's only up to 34 ends too. That means that they're almost going up at 1 an end. South Australia, it's not looking good for the NT at all.
What can Karen do? And slow down and turn.
It's not a bad home if there is a run into that front Renata Callisto bowl, into Sharon's and into the jack. It
That's third shot, so she cut one out.
can end up in an okay, that might be an okay home. Where will Kate end up here? I reckon she might try and sit that bowl away.
She just needs to come in and just land on it, push it through, and potentially make 3 or 4, but she's going on her forehand.
See where this one ends up. Kate Argent-Bowden.
Just trying to draw it in, add to the count.
Oh, that is... Oh, wow.
Oh,
It's close. That is very close. How she missed everything there, I don't quite know. Colleen Orr. This is going to duck. How's her weight? Oh, it's definitely cut it down.
wow. It might have cut it back to 1.
Very close.
1 and a measure. Kate changing her hand. She's trying to remove that last bowl of Colleen's, but she's just hung out. So Colleen needs to, I think she needs to stick on her backhand. No, the third is calling her on the forehand. Okay. Forehand draw. Karen, out of the way, please.
Karen Lane. Get out of the lane. There we go.
I like that one.
So, that is just the one. So, Colleen did cut the one out. But South Australia, they have won 11 of the 13 ends and lead this 23-4. It's been exemplary from the red, blue and gold. It's traditional colours.
Well, there you go. I thought it was yellow, but you called it gold.
Someone said it recently, red, blue and gold. I think it was Chris Flavel. I was having a chat to him.
Well, he would know, being a South Australian and being representing SA in Parabols for quite a while.
How are you finding the pillows at the hotel, Paul, where we're staying? Because
That's a good question.
I've,
I bring my own pillow.
oh, do you?
I do.
That is... I wish I thought like that.
I always carry my own pillow
In the suitcase, or you just
Yep.
bring it with you? Nice.
in the suitcase.
Yep.
If it's internationally, I'll always take it on the plane because I might need it to...
So it's a well-travelled
Sleep.
pillow, that's what you're saying.
yes. It's a woolen one too, Val.
Okay.
Pure wool.
Yeah, these pillows at the hotel,
No good.
not quite agreeing with me.
Oh, really?
I've got one of those Ecosa pillows that's sort of like, it's got a contour on it.
Okay.
And at home, and I think I'm so used to that now that this hotel pillow, it's either too thick or too thin. There's no in between for me.
It's hard to find just right, isn't it? So mine's a thinner pillow that I put on top of another thin pillow.
Okay.
So I'm sure I'm not the only one to carry a pillow around, but I'm sure there wouldn't be as many of us who would do that.
No, I know a few people that do it. Yeah, I've woken up this morning.
The stiff neck.
Yeah, very.
What's Sharon doing here? Look at that. She has bowled brilliantly today.
No, that Shamu's saying a new Christmas present sorted then. New pillow. No, my pillow at home is great.
He just needs one here in...
Need one for the hotel.
Well, you could get one and leave it up here, leave it in the shed.
I don't think I'd be sleeping on that, Paul. I would not from the shed.
We can put it in a container and make it airtight. And well, Lynne's chipped it out, but I think it's still in the count. 3 to South Australia. Sharon Cavanagh on the mat again with that trusty forehand draw of hers. It's a very nice delivery. It's very smooth.
Well, it almost saw her get to an AO final. Sharon Cavanagh, that'll hold.
Yep.
And then it'll flop.
And that's 4.
This is a very, very hot start for South Australia. 13 ends gone and 23-4. They lead it by 33 on the master board. Sort of been like that for a few ends now.
Well, it's good to see how he's out and about. He's out doing the Victorian versus Queensland game out on green number 4, which is a little bit removed from the front 3 greens. But it's nice and sheltered out there. I don't think they're getting the same amount of wind as we are out here.
No, definitely not.
So it's Victoria slowly catching up. Currently Queensland leading 29-25, so it's 4-shot lead after 31 ends. 33 ends. It's now 29-25. Kelsey Cottrell 11, leading Lisa Phillips 3. Cassandra Millerick 12, leading Lindsay Clark 10. Samantha Atkinson 10, leading Chloe Stewart 8. So there's only 4 in it. In the men's,
very close.
The Queensland men are scooting away, 39-22 after 38 ends. Queensland, after being shocked in that first round yesterday against South Australia, have put the afterburners on and they're off and running. Big game tomorrow afternoon, Queensland versus New South Wales. Battle of the border. Considering we're I'd say less than 500 metres from the border here at Club Tweed.
Yes.
We don't know whether it's 255 or 155. It's interesting living in 2 time zones. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, neither do I. And look, the Queenslanders would tell you that theirs is the correct time zone. Well, they're wrong. I apologise to Robbie Allen, who's sitting next to us, but...
as they say, it is what it is, and you would hope that sometime in the future that Queensland might get on board, but...
no, they seem pretty hell-bent on not doing it.
I think they're right at home. With the time being the time it is. There you go, Lucas.
I was about to say Lucas Protopap is sitting
Got a right at home plug in for you.
Okay, just holding. That held straight the entire way down the rink.
I saw Lucas on Facebook. He's doing a bit of tour of New South Wales at the moment. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
He has been doing a tour of St John's Park and Mount Lewis,
Oh, wow.
Marylands. There he is. On the comments, please don't encourage him. But Right at Home are our great partners at Bowls Australia. They are the sponsors of the Right at Home Jackaroos. Kate Argent-Bowden, well, I think she might be arriving here.
She likes these shots.
She's close.
She's kicked the
That
goal.
is insane.
Rolled a goal. Straight through the middle. You know what? If she tried to do that again and roll it between the jack and the bowl, I reckon she'd miss.
Yep. If you tried to do that.
Correct. All right, Colleen. Looking to add another one. She's just holding on. Yeah. Oh, hello. Uh-oh.
That hurts.
She might have done it again. Oh, Karen is shaking the head. She's not happy because that's not the first time today that Colleen has given it away. Wow. But Colleen was rocketing on through. It's just a draw shot.
Yeah, it's that hurts if you're a...
That does. That, considering they were going to have the mat.
And for the first time since the end of N7, Paul, like,
Changed the game.
they've lost 7 ends on the bounce here now. It's, yeah, certainly not what they're after.
Matt Hart, good to hear you're listening, watching on. Thanks for all your help at the Para Championships last week. Yeah, Shamu, holes for bowls, correct.
That's what Michael Hollywood Sorensen would say. Holes are made for bowls. Heard that a lot during the AO.
I know someone at Bowls at Royal Oak and they are still using classic 2s. Well, there's quite a few people out there still using a wider bowl. And when you come to watch the BPL at Pine Rivers in November, you'll see a lot of the bowlers are using a wider bowl on the indoor surface there. So it's great that we can use all different types of bowls in this game, which adds a bit of variety and also changes our game up a little bit, creates different angles and different approaches. I know I'm not good enough to use the older bowl.
They turn almost backwards at times. I've used them when we've been having a roll up at other clubs, and yeah, just insane turn.
Well, we probably need a team in from New Zealand event at one stage.
Where from? BPL.
Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it? One day. They did originally.
We did have a team, yeah.
They did originally have a team.
They won it in APL 03. Alec Forsyth in the final bowl of the tie-break to sink
were they the New Zealand
Blackjacks.
Blackjacks?
Yeah, he sank the Adelaide Endurance third time in a row that the Endurance had lost the final.
And Adelaide still haven't won one.
No.
They might win one this year.
2 finals as the Pioneers, and this is a nice bowl.
Great work by Lynne. So, NT holding 1. Sharon Cavanagh. She has also gone through the hole. Well, can Lynne add another one? Can she repeat her previous bowl? Let's hope so. It's a great line. It's got to keep going. You can do it. You can do it, little red engine.
The little bowl that could.
Yep, I like that. So, NT holding 2 with Renata. He's played some big shots recently. Also on the backhand, looking to draw it in. Just holding on her. Good weight. All right, Karen's been skipping. Obviously, Colleen has taken a toilet break. All right, Karen. Also on the backhand, looking to add a third shot. I tell you what, it's holding on.
Yeah, it is.
The tighter line.
Karen Lane.
Oh, what a tremendous bowl.
And a toucher to boot.
That's 3.
Tanya Palm watching from Whyalla in South Australia. Good to have your company. Wherever you are watching.
Tanya. We met Tanya during the AO. She made that extraordinary travelled across. Extraordinary distance from Whyalla to... Because from Whyalla you've got to get to Adelaide. That's a fair drive. No, it was great to meet Tanya. She was so enthusiastic, and she said she's coming back to the AO in 2025 up here on the beautiful Gold Coast. Oh, what's Karen done?
Karen Lane.
Is she going to stay in her lane?
No, she's going to indicate.
She might get a rub.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Side swipe.
She quite had enough petrol tickets there.
I got sideswiped earlier this year.
Ah, that's no good.
And she kept driving. Luckily, there was a lot of traffic, and I managed to get footage with a witness, and went down to the police station, and she admitted fault. So that was
dear!
Nice.
Why didn't she stop?
Just
running late.
I have no idea, Paul. The decisions some people make, but I got everything fixed in the end, so no complaints.
She paid for it all, or
Yep.
insurance company paid for it all?
She had no insurance, so...
Oh dear.
Yeah. Kate Argent-Bowden, this is a good bowl.
This is a cracking... That is the absolute...
Sat it in the...
Wow, where's the applause from the crowd?
Most perfect position. And, Shamu had it happen to him too. Disappointing. That was a great
Karen,
delivery.
out of your lane.
That's stuck, that. Colleen Orr, has she sent this?
Oh, another
She
roll.
might have. Moved your hand, Karen.
Ooh. Oh, what's our third saying?
I think a little touch of this jack or Renata Callisto saying maybe that this is a hard one to get to. I'd say Colleen might have promoted this for 1 to the NT.
It's hard to tell from this angle.
Let's see where Kate puts this.
I wonder if Robbie can give us a side-on angle.
Needs it to avoid. Oh, it just crashed.
You were right. She promoted the NT bowl up into shot. But...
She couldn't do it again, could she?
Will she play the shot, or would she keep it in a pocket and say, I'll take the 1, thank you?
Well, mentally, she may be a little scarred here.
Oh.
Kate might have it. So Robbie Allen next to us saying that Kate might have it. This angle as well probably takes away a little bit of the distance, or probably, takes away a little bit of the distance from the NT bowl. So it still might be Kate.
Robbie favours Kate. I'm favouring the green one. Colleen's looking to promote the green one.
She might just do it, or she's going to knock it away. Oh,
Gonna
no.
chip it out, so we'll never know.
1 to South Australia.
Oh, no.
25-4. They've gone up in ones the last few ends.
Be interesting to know who had the shot there.
I think it might have been Kate in the end, but that is another torrid result for the NT. 6 ends to go. And I think they would rather just be... They'd rather this be over. They'd be hoping this was a 15-end game of 4s and the match would be done, because it's just not been fun for them. They are well and truly getting beaten here.
This is where we need the power play.
Imagine that. Double shots on offer,
Yep.
you score an 8, you're back to within 5.
Toucher by Rachel. Shirley coming down on her backhand as well. The jack is now off centre a little bit. She's just pulled up a little bit shorter than she would have liked. Well, let's see what's going on around the grounds. It's been updated and doesn't look like it. All right, ACT women versus WA women. It is ACT 37-35. I think that needs a bit of updating. Wow. This could be another upset on the making.
Yes.
Tasmanian men 36 lead New South Wales men 28 after 39.
So we might actually have... Tasmania might be right up there for a top 4 finish if they win that.
Well, we are certainly getting blown away here.
This would be suiting Tasmania. Should be suiting Western Australia for how windy it was over there last year. Was it at Sorrento?
Goodness, that was windy at Joondalup.
Yeah, the wind really pushing, and that's where it's pushing the bowls here. They're going to have to send them out super wide. There is a vortex that these bowls just don't want to get to. Send it out wide, Sharon. As wide as you possibly can. Yes, this is what's going to cut back. The line was pretty good. Just need a little bit more weight.
I favour the wing bowl to the left of screen for 1.
Thank you very much, Fiona, for the kind words. Really bizarre end here. Just can't get to it. What has Caroline got? Just can't find it, can they? It's a really tricky end.
Well, just talking to Colleen, she favours the pink bowl at 5 o'clock. There's a shot bowl. And I have to say, Val, it's a bit warmer down there than up here.
Yeah, I think we've got a bit of it. We've got a wind tunnel in here.
We certainly have. It's quite chilly.
Sort of bouncing up and down and around.
I'm glad I got my jacket on, because that wind is rustling through. Well, according to Colleen, NT holding 1. So Kate is looking to draw the shot on her backhand. There's plenty of room.
Luke Turner saying he backs Kate for a toucher. She's got the weight to get there. It does have to turn. Is she going for the bowl? No. Oh, got a little rub and just went into the... No, it stayed up right at the back.
Wow, right on the lip there. That is amazing.
How that stayed up, I'm not quite sure. So the NT have won just 2 ends in this match. We've played 15. They haven't won one since N7. We're on N16. It's been a long time between drinks for the Northern Territory.
All right, I think it's Colleen's turn to draw the shot. Add to the count.
No, this will duck underneath for Colleen Orr. So Kate Argent-Bowden now. She has produced time and time again. Can she do it once more? I think they're just saying just to draw it, maybe.
I would not be surprised.
Oh, the way she's going. Bit of a gust of wind coming. It's coming from the scoreboard towards that Australian Championships logo. Has she sent this out wide enough? Probably not, but...
It might sneak through the gap.
But, no, that'll be shot now.
I think that might be enough. All right, poor Colleen. Can't take a trick here at the moment.
Oh, maybe not, Paul. Don't know, looking at it here, can sort of leer over underneath the computer screens. I reckon it might be one to the NT.
It was hard to tell from Karen.
It's close. But
we'll
find out after this bowl anyway.
She's put on a good line here. It's a speed.
It's motoring.
It's, yeah. Oh, she could have flicked onto her back bowl, flipped it over.
The measure will come. If Kate promoted this in, the NT might just want to pack up and go home. Because they just can't get anything going their way.
Take a trick, can they?
But the South Australians, they are playing sensational bowls. They've been right on the money. And, I think she...
Here we are. Do it again.
Yep, might have to.
Just take your time.
And it is one to South Australia. Kate Argent-Bowden.
Why didn't she go back and...
Got it again.
Anyway, I would have went back and measured that front bowl again.
Yeah, just to make sure. 26-4. That is special from the South Australian. She missed in the right area. bit fortunate, but
Yep.
she had the right weight. She knew that she had her bowl there.
All right, meantime, over in the men's game, Nathan Black's rink is leading Tristan Smollercomb's rink 28-3. Played 15 ends. Oh, we have a close one between Wayne Rudiker and Daniel Baker. That looks like it's 18 all from here. Testing my eyes, they are. And again, the other ring I can't see. They're standing in the way. Oh, there you go. It looks like it's 8-21. Mark Hall trailing Scott Thorburn. So that's the case. South Australia 67, leading Northern Territory 29. Okay. What can Shirley do? Can she just sort of rest on that? Yes, I think that's enough for shots. Good work, Shirley. As the wind continues to hustle on through, it's blowing a gale here. Oh, Sharon Cavanagh once again. Just trailed the jack, got the one. Been a very consistent contributor to this rink. +30 kilometre-hour winds here at Tweed Heads, just south of the Queensland border. Coolangatta about 500 metres from here. So it's only 3:20 in the afternoon. New South Wales, or Sydney Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time. They're motoring through this match though. Currently South Australia 26, leading NT 4. Let's see if NT can pick up this end. Be nice if they can get an end or two to finish this match. Fortunately, that's gone into the ditch by Lynne. Which brings Renata onto the mat. Renata, sorry. She's looking to add a second shot. And she's done that very well. 2 good bowls. Colleen's saying to Karen, you can go either hand. You choose which one you prefer. Karen has chosen her backhand. Maybe a little bit tight here, we'll see. Just came down to her speed. They take a little bit more grass than that. Could even be third. Maybe not. That bowl to the wing. It's hard to tell from here. Anyway, viewers, thank you for watching along. Luke, yes, looks windier than yesterday. Definitely windier than yesterday. Just pulling up short. Karen won't be too happy with that. Okay. Kate, the skipper for South Australia. Coming down on her forehand, I'm sorry. Looks like she's got good weight here. Oh, just pulled up. Might be in the count. All right, Colleen. She's got at least 1.5 foot to 2 feet to draw it in. This isn't too bad. I think she has. She's done it. Great bowl there by Colleen. A few applause I can hear from around the grounds. The green here. That's what the doctor ordered. I think Kate's going to look for it. Tell you what. Oh, wow. Do you think Colleen should take the one? Or shall she try and add to a second? I think she should back herself, which she's doing. Let's hope she can keep the shot this time. Well, that is 1 to NT. Where's Val when you need him? He's just taking a little break. And NT have the mats. You missed out on all the action there, Val. It was a great bowl by Colleen.
Sorry, did have to duck off.
Her first bowl, she drew the shot.
Nicely played. So they are on the board 26 to 5.
After 17. And what are they going to do? They're going to go long?
They've got to do something.
Oh, looks like they're going about medium. Oh, I was hoping they might have went ditch to ditch, Val.
They lost 9 ends on the bounce.
I was hoping they might try something a bit different. I don't think we've seen a ditch to ditch.
No.
All right. So around the greens, Victoria women 25, trail Queensland women 29, Queensland men 39, lead Victoria 22. Okay, the all-important men's. New South Wales men 28, trail Tasmania 36.
That would be a huge upset if Tasmania
are able to pull it off.
That would be, and it's been every stage around this part, the 39 to 45 ends. That's when New South Wales have been behind. They've come back against the NT. They were behind late against Victoria, and now against Tasmania. So, are they flirting with too much danger here? Lee Schreiner down by 11 shots.
Well, they did struggle against NT this morning. NT put up a great contest. And the result wasn't really indicative of the actual game. Well, that bowl certainly turns like the Billy-O.
We know which way the wind is pushing them. It's a bit shorter than the last end we had in this direction. Have a look at the way that that's going to cut back for Lynne. 4 ends to play here, so probably about 25 minutes to go. Something like that. And through pretty quickly, in all honesty. It's been a very fast-paced match. 3:26 local time. The Western Australian women are forging back against...
Here comes another one. Sharon Cavanagh. I would say she's been the most consistent bowler on the rink today.
Oh, I think Kate would have her covered, Paul.
I said consistent.
No, even for that too.
I think Kate has pulled out some big shots.
I think Kate has been pretty consistent in terms of what she's been able to do. Her and Sharon both together. I think it's been a very good all-round performance from South Australia. They haven't done much wrong. So, the Victorian men are struggling against Queensland, as you said, Paul. The ACT women holding on currently against the Western Australian women.
She comes in for another one. That's 3.
38, the difference on the master board. We were talking this morning, Paul, what would you say is a shellacking in a side series on a master board?
60 plus shots.
60, okay.
That's at least 20 per rink.
I was in the mould of 50 shots. Because in AFL, what do they say? 100 points, that's a shellacking.
10 goals.
10 goals is smashing.
That's 60 points.
Yeah, but it's a lot harder to win by 60 insides than it is as the wind absolutely breezes through this rink, blows one of the NT hats off. Was it Tristan Smallercombs? No? Wow. Bucket hat went flying across the rink. No, I'd say 50 shots is probably a shellacking.
Okay.
It's up to you, though. Whatever you think out there.
Maybe the listeners
Yeah,
and the
give us your idea. What you think a shellacking would be. I reckon around 50, probably half the 100-point margin in AFL. Or what is it in NRL? A shellacking. Is that 40 points? Or is it 30?
Every time I look to that Scott Thorburn rink, there's always someone standing in front of the scoreboard and I can't quite make it out.
Shamu's saying that 10 plus is a shellacking. Do you mean just on one rink or?
I think you're asking for the whole side.
No, I mean the whole side. Like not on one rink.
The combined rinks.
Yeah, combined rink, I reckon it'd be 50 plus. 21-8 apparently.
Yeah,
on the
I've
far
got
end.
that. So, South Australia 68, lead NT 31 after 51 ends. So that game is virtually done and dusted. The WA men versus ACT. WA 35, lead ACT 27. And in the women, it's very close. ACT women 38, leading WA 35. So there's only 3 shots the difference between WA and ACT. After WA had a massive win over Queensland this morning in their women's game.
Kate trying to tell this to urge and slow. How is this turning? Pretty well, it seems.
It's going to go through the hole.
It is. Holes are made for bowls.
Well, I got told raising the bat 50 is a shellacking.
There you go.
All right, we'll take it from Alex that it's 50.
All right, he backs me up. Thank you, Alex Tompkins, who sent that through via text.
I'm still saying 60 because that's 20 per rink on average.
Yeah, but 60's...
That's big.
60's like a 120-point loss in an AFL, like that, or 30. That's an ultra shellacking, I reckon. Because 50 you rarely see. You see it occasionally. It's an interesting one.
Wow, look at this. Adding to the count. What a great bowl.
What's that made it?
Colleen even applauding.
What has it made it?
It's
1, 2,
3, 4.
4. Oh no, it was 3. There you go. I saw the 4th finger somewhere, but
I thought I saw 4 as well.
A metaphorical 4th finger somewhere. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Double check on the delay on YouTube.
Yep.
3.
29 to 5.
29 to 5.
Maybe we need to do a bit of karaoke tonight, Val.
Maybe.
Get it out of our system. And then we'll know how bad we are when it comes to singing. Well,
No, my singing... You know, do you remember the game SingStar?
no.
Okay, it was a PlayStation 2 game, and I never beat anybody. Just never had
I remember playing that. I was terrible at it as well.
any sense of key or
Yep.
note.
I totally understand what you mean, Val. Another good start here by Rachel. She's played well too, considering it's her first game of the series.
Yep, Rachel Krebbekx has been fantastic.
Krebbekx.
And only one of the Northern Territory rinks at the moment sitting in double figures. That's Elisa Rigoni at 10. She's down 22-10 though, this rink. 24 ahead, the margin at 41. Is this the shellacking? And you can see now, this is the hand that usually turns. Because the wind is sort of pushing against the bowl, it's not doing as much. So let's have a look at some of the other scores that are happening here. 36-28. Still, it's the Tassie men that are holding their own. The Victorian women, they are hoping to get a good win. Sharon Cavanagh again finding her range. This one's going to hold out.
Good weight by Lynne.
Tomorrow morning we've got Western Australian women up against the New South Wales women. Not 100% sure what rink we'll get there because they won't be...
Wow, Sharon again. Adding. She's been so consistent today, Sharon. And we've got Lynne, capless. Lost her cap. Obviously blew off. Oh, glorious weight. Renata. Also on the backhand. So looks a bit tight, Val. But it might get a little rub off the front bowl, or it might push it in for shot. I think that may have happened. I think it's Northern Territory holding one now.
6-7 agreeing with you, Paul. Second in Sharon Cavanagh. Gets the BOG vote so far.
Oh, I think she's been outstanding.
She has.
They've all played well.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, when you're leading 29-5.
I know, it's a comfortable day. And look, South Australia, they deserve a victory. They've been so close in a lot of matchups already. They've pushed Queensland. They pushed Western Australia. Just couldn't get the results that they were after. This rink has only lost once.
Just going to skittle on through.
Yeah, Renata Callisto has also played really well as well.
All right, Karen. Lynne's found a hat after it got blown off.
Karen Lane. Oh, it's starting to indicate.
Doesn't have the
it's
speed, unfortunately.
merged.
Pulling up shorter than she would have liked. Yes. It's been a tough afternoon for the ladies from NT. I bet you they're feeling a bit cold. It's definitely not the normal temperatures they would be used to. It shouldn't put it past me for Kate to draw in. She's not far away. Oh, she might have chipped NT in for a second.
Might have.
Might.
Still got one more though.
At least one in the measure.
2 ends to complete after this.
Can Colleen draw another one like she did on the end previous to this? Coming in the same direction. Just pulling up short. 2 down. Thank you, Karen, for making that clear for us.
So Kate Argent-Bowden, her final bowl of this 19th end. They're 2 down. Can she rescue it once again? Oh, she's gone with a bit of weight here.
Bit narrow.
Yeah, but something may happen.
Rub.
Oh,
A tub.
And
1, 2,
2, 3 up, 4
oh
up maybe.
Goodness.
Karen Lane can't believe it. Colleen can't believe it. Kate's just
Sitting there in disbelief as well.
looking into midair.
That's bowls, Val.
Yep.
You take the good with the bad.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, this wind just continues to hammer us.
So can Colleen Orr rectify this?
Tell you what.
She's
Good line here.
well pointed. Colleen Orr.
Come on.
She's found the gap.
Oh.
Oh, wow. She got a little bit of the bolt. But what is the total here? 1, 2,
2,
3.
maybe 3, maybe.
Is it 4?
Oh my goodness, this could be a big number.
Oh, this could be.
Oh,
This could be 5.
Devastating for NT.
This could be
Oh,
a quintet.
who saw that coming?
I don't think anybody. Kate was, she was under. So it might just be the 3. Yeah, that one's not in. And I missed the signal. 3 it is. So back-to-back 3s for South Australia. And the fortune.
Heave away, all away, bound for South Australia.
I was waiting for you to do that. I completely forgot.
It in eventually.
32-5. It's a 27-shot gap. And the margin sits at 42 on the masterboard. Anita Rook, however, against Katrina Green, they are fighting so hard to get a rink win.
It's 14-11 after 16.
But the damage is being done here. This has been just brutal.
All right, we have an update. Wow, how's this?
Whoa, tell me.
Victoria versus Queensland in the men. It is only 3 shots now in favour of Queensland, 48 to 45. Sean Baker, who was like 16, 17 zip, is now 21-15. Dylan Fisher is leading Aaron Sheriff, 19-16.
Wow.
And Kane Nelson and Craig Mills are 11 alls. Only 3 in it. My goodness.
Craig Mills hasn't lost yet.
And in the women, the Queensland women have skipped away. They are leading 50 to 34.
And funnily, Queensland beat Victoria last year, I think. If my memory serves me correct.
Wow.
I'll double check that. But I believe that's...
All right,
exactly
the other
what
one was New South Wales versus Tasmania. It doesn't look like it's been updated. Still the same. New South Wales still trailing by 8 shots.
Yeah, Queensland dropped just the one rink, and it was Chloe Stewart that beat Lisa Phillips last year. Lisa Phillips that beat Chloe Stewart last year. But Queensland won 66 to 49. What's happening with the Tassie men and New South Wales men, Paul?
Yeah, well, we had that one up. It hadn't been updated.
Okay.
So Tassie's still leading. 30.
Oh, Sharon Cavanagh.
Oh, my.
Sorry, Paul.
Put on a masterclass. Colleen asking Lynne to come down on the backhand, looking to sit on that purplish bowl, try and get second shot. If you can't get first, always look for second shot. We'll try and put one in the head. That's not too bad.
Sharon Cavanagh. Has Sharon done it again? Just going to duck and stop. Had a good line. There's the live scores link there if you needed it. So it's been one of those afternoons for the NT. They've not really enjoyed their time on this rink, I think it's fair to say. Renata, Callisto.
Well, in the men's, Daniel Baker from NT, 27 leading Wayne Rudiger,
wow.
19 after 18 ends.
69 to 30 here.
Oh, Scott Thorburn, 23, leading NT 8 after 19. I can't see the Nathan Black one. Not sure with the Daniel Baker. They must have picked up a big number. It was very close.
This might promote Sharon's into the count. No.
Well, there's only 2 in it. Victoria versus Queensland in the men's.
Wow, that is a massive, massive result.
Victoria collecting 1, now 46.
New South Wales watching that, saying, let the two of them hurt each other. So,
and in the women, Queensland 50 versus 34, Victoria. So
20 bowls to come in this match for this end, 16 the next. 69 to 30 is the overall score, still 7 ends overall. Lainey McGorman about to wrap up her match against Eliza Rigoni. The NT, no Siobhan Tootle, it must be said, and Siobhan is a sensational bowler from the NT. Should be playing in the Oz Champs, but unfortunately for her, just I think work commitments not allowing her to get out of coming to, or get out of, and couldn't get down to the side. She's a stalwart of the NT.
Oh, Colleen got good line here. Like a little...
Colleen, oh, there we go. There's
wow.
some fortune.
And a little dance on the mat.
Oh, they deserve something.
Yeah.
They really do. Because it's been such a trying day.
It certainly has.
Kate Argent-Bowden. Staying on the same hand. Not as well pointed as she would probably like. Can she get a rub? Not this time. Not this time. Right smile from
Colleen.
Sharon.
I think take the one.
Yep, one and run. A little laugh from
like
Colleen.
That.
Or
one and run. Very good, Val.
Have you never heard that before?
Yep. But
Ah.
I like the call. I like the call, though.
I appreciate your faith in me, Paul. Thank you.
I would never doubt your abilities, Val.
Oh, you should sometimes.
Maybe on the bowling green.
Yes.
Actually bowling. That
When
might
I'm
be-
bowling, that's when you can have every single doubt. Even behind the mic sometimes. I'm not perfect.
None of us are, Val. All right, how are we going here? How's... Still no update on the New South Wales versus Tasmanian men's game.
Might be... we might be right here, though, avoiding that shellacking that we talked about. Sorry, Paul. Go.
Victoria, 47. Queensland, 50 in the men's game.
Women's?
50 to 34.
Wow.
Looks like it's going to be a Queensland victory there. But it's a men's game, which is of most interest. We're still waiting on an update with the New South Wales versus Tasmanian men's game. Got Howie on the job, trying to keep us abreast of all the scores. It's a tough little gig. Because to get out to green 4, it's like taking them. It's like a marathon to get out there.
Scott Thoroughbred, one and run when you're 30 behind. It's a little giggle. Oh, you might as well take all the shots you can get. Because when it's been a trying day and you've only won the 4 ends out of the...
good last bowl by Shirley.
Shirley, safe to say, hasn't enjoyed the live stream rink on
both occasions.
Club Tweed. The first one, 30 to 10. The second one.
All right, here we go. We have an update. New South Wales versus Tasmania.
Oh, they've come back.
New South Wales only trailing by 3 now. 42 to 45 after 47 ends. It's amazing how the top teams always
find a way.
A cream coming to the top. Okay. I think once this game is finished, I'll be out there doing the updating the live scores for all our viewers. Maybe one last chance to promote the live scores. Robbie, where to go? It's like the other day, the final round of the senior sides. We're all watching the spreadsheet.
Yes, and I feel like it'll stay that way especially if a couple of states lose. New South Wales lose this and it brings them right down to the pack, especially with Queensland and Victoria both sort of hurting each other at the moment.
In the ACT versus WA women's game, ACT currently leading by 3.
Still with that slender buffer.
New South Wales women, 58, leading Tasmania, 37. So I think they're going to go on to a win. It's New South Wales women's team.
It's 40 shots on the overall. South Australia will get on the board. The Northern Territory, will they win their 5th end? South Australia have just been rampant. This would be one of the lowest scores conceded at sides this year. And that is...
Renata.
Oh, she's gone too far. Renata Callisto.
I think it's just slipped on through, Val.
So it'll come down to Kate and Colleen, you'd think. Karen Lane. Sending down another one. As her hat comes off and the bowl just absolutely... You see that way that thing turned in the wind. She didn't give it the weight that she needed, but my word, did that come away there. Whoa.
Well, as we swap over for the last time.
4 bowls to go, 32-6. It's a 40-shot lead. Will South Australia be the ones that can finish off with an end win and make it 17 out of 21 exchanges? They've landed a fair few body blows.
Oh, Colleen. Nice little feather. Would have
11 out of the 16 ends they've won have been multiples.
Kate having a little laugh on the mat. It's been played in great spirits.
Has so much wind.
Oh, it's been trying conditions, all right.
South Australia have nailed them.
They'll be glad to get off the green and get into the clubhouse. And then,
yep.
Oh,
has Kate done enough?
I think she has. One.
Right, smile.
Great bowl. Well, New South Wales men versus Tasmanian men. It is 45 all after 52 ends.
Oh, you think New South Wales probably hold on from here?
In the other Victorian-Queensland game, no score updates since last time. So it's been a great recovery by New South Wales. They were more than 10 shots behind.
Again, they continue to do it. So
okay,
Colleen,
just 2 bowls remaining. Colleen's last bowl. What can she do here? I think she'll be looking to remove that Kate Argent-Bowden bowl. A little bit of weight on the backhand. Here she goes. Oh, I don't think she's got enough weight on it.
No, I needed a bit more.
She needed.
Oh, didn't want to knock that away. Didn't in the end. So Kate's last bowl. And Renata puts her foot down and says, maybe come in here, sit this bowl away or draw it in.
We'll shake hands and we'll
go inside.
Go inside and enjoy some
wind-free environment.
Yep.
So that's not going to get there. It'll be one more to South Australia. They win 17 of the 21 ends, Paul Holschke, to record a 33-6 victory. That is, well, if we're talking about shellackings in a rink, that is definitely one of those. They were ruthless, they were rampant, and they were ravenous. The South Australians, they got the job done. Rachel Krebbekx, Sharon Cavanagh, Renata Callisto, and Kate Argent-Bowden, 33-6. They were flawless, Paul Holschke.
Yes, they certainly were. All ladies played very well. Sharon played exceptional as a second, and Kate just continued to do what she does.
Yep, brilliant at the back end was Kate Argent-Bowden. Brilliant as a skipper, and they dominated. Absolutely fantastic. And overall, they lead at 72-32, and that'll do us. You can stay up to date with all of the wraps and everything like that on bowls.com.au a little later on and on our social media platforms. A big thank you to you, Paul Holschke. Well played.
Yes, thank you, Val. Well done. And thank you to Robbie on the switches.
Yes, well done to you, Robbie Allen.
And we'll look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow.
Yes, 8:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. It's New South Wales women against Western Australia's women. Looking forward to that clash.
Should be a good game.
Well, it should be, because New South Wales women, they have suffered a defeat. In Western Australia, we know the quality that they possess. So very much looking forward to that. Plenty more still to come on the Australian Sides Championships. Be with us tomorrow morning from 8:30, and we'll catch you then on Ringside Live. It's been an absolute pleasure. Val Febo and Paul Holschke signing off.